Hello, this is Christy with Positive X-Ploration, and today I wanted to revisit a video I did a few months back about staying hopeful through my fears, how my fears for 2023 were going at the time. I had made a video at the beginning of 2023 talking about what my fears were for the year. I did a follow-up video about 6 months later, and I want to share this with you to help with your positive exploration.
Leave your limitations, live and go against them. Just let go and start up something new. Cause I know that what you planned out, everything that you built up, isn't what you want. And I know the life you're living isn't that fulfilling. Let me help you out.
Now, spoiler alert, my fears were not realized this year. Do with that what you will, but let's go through them. So my first and biggest fear for 2023 was the possibility of having to get a hysterectomy, and everything was good in the last exam. I do have another exam coming up in early 2024, so we will see how it goes, but I think that, you know, in the process of trying to mitigate my fears about having to do that, I think I'm pretty much in a place where it's like, if it has to happen, then it has to happen, and I'll get through it however I get through it. I feel like I have a pretty good support network here. I mean, I have friends who will help out, no doubt, like as much as they can, maybe not completely, but as much as they can. And because, you know, everybody has lives, right? You know, there's just things that can be done. So on this, I want to say that I have made it a full year, almost, minus a week. 51 weeks, I've made it 51 weeks. I'm doing well, I've gotten good feedback, and you know, of course we can always do better on things, and of course I'm still learning, but I'm trying to get through the insecurities of that, through the insecurities of, you know, taking on a different kind of position than I've had in, you know, it's been a long time since I have done anything different as far as my career. I've done a lot of the same things over a period of time, and this is an extension of that, but it is not quite the same. I was noticing this past week in particular that I was feeling more secure in my work than I was 6 months ago, or even just a couple of months ago. So another fear I've had is not being able to make friends, because that's been a thing that's really been hard for this, you know, loner introvert type personality that I have. Making friends and making friends fast is not something I typically do, but I am fitting in pretty well here. You know, fitting in as well as I ever have anywhere. I don't think, you know, as an INFJ, which is a rare type of Myers-Briggs personality, we don't tend to feel like we totally fit anywhere, and I will say that about this as well. It's not a new thing for me But there have been places on my journey, in different places I've lived, different schools I've gone to, different jobs I've had. Some places it was easier to make friends than others. I connected with people better than other places. And this is one of the places where I feel like I at least connect with the people I see on a regular basis. And the last thing I mentioned in that video was a new fear, which was that I'm not gonna lose this weight. What if I don't lose it? And I'm working on mitigating that as well, because if I think like that, it's definitely not gonna happen, because I'm just gonna, see a cinnamon roll and be like, oh, well, I'm not gonna lose the weight anyway, so I might as well have a cinnamon roll. Which has been the attitude 9 times out of 10 over the course of about half of 2023. So as I started seeing my nutritionist and I lost 4 pounds, I'm working on losing more, just following her advice, I am making progress again. And so I've got to believe that I can do this. And if we keep running into roadblocks, and if things only go so far, and I'm doing all the things, or I struggle with doing all the things, I have a medical professional to help me out. So I guess what I'm trying to say with this video is that I went into the year with a few things that I had concerns about. Not really fears, but concerns. And except for the hysterectomy, that was more of a fear. And I'm leaving 2023 with a more hopeful outlook on the progress I'm making in general in life. I have a nutritionist now, and I have somebody, an expert, to work with. And I'm following that advice, and I'm seeing results. I'm feeling good about my job as far as my performance and my place in it and how I'm handling it. I'm feeling good about, my ability to open up to people that I'm around regularly. With my hysterectomy, the big one, if it doesn't happen now, and if it has to happen later, crossing that bridge when we get there, and it'll all work out. I don't have to fret about all the details around it. I'm just gonna keep having faith and hope and in the good things that can happen, and that I've been through a lot of things, and I've made it through all those tough things, and this too shall pass kind of thing. And to not fret about something that's not happening. If there's something I can prevent, that's one thing, and that's one of the weight loss reasons, is to prevent future problems. Leave in the comments below what kinds of concerns you've had this year, and if things went as you expected. Did the concerns peter out like mine did? Did things work out? Did you do your best? If it called for that, did you do things to try to keep your mind off things that you were concerned about? Did Did you ever get to a place where you're like, I'm okay with what happens? Just remind yourself of the things you've already been through and how you made it through them. Remember that you are strong, you are resilient, you can do this. That will conclude my October Fear series. The next 2 videos will be October vlogs. So join me then, and I will see you next time.